And we're back in the saddle again.
Dude, I am recovered.
You're back?
To everyone listening, I am so sorry for last week's episode. I was down in the gutters. I powered through.
It really wasn't that bad.
It was probably just because I felt horrible.
Yeah.
But I've recovered. I don't know what I had, but I feel much better. But I was down in the trenches, and I was like, when I come back from this, I got to give the folks a banger.
You got to give them a show.
So I wanted to start off hot with this, if you're okay with it. So,
of course.
You and I both like edibles, right?
Food?
No, like weed. Like weed edibles.
Yeah, I like weed.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the same for you. I feel like based on how many I take, there's like I'm like a different guy. I don't know if you feel the same. Like I take one and it's like, oh cool, like I'm chilling, maybe I'm playing video games, maybe I'm watching, I'm relaxed.
Pat.
2, I'm like pretty fucking high. If I take 3, which I don't do very often, but it's like maybe if it's like Saturday night, I got nothing going on. It's like, you know what? Let's do 3. Like, let's see what happens. Sometimes
380 Pat.
380 Pat is like, I'm a man of mischief for some reason. Like something about me, I take 3 and I'm like, I want to get up to something.
What kind of mischief can you get up to in the woods of Maine?
Let me give you a great example.
In the Damascotta woods.
I was on Facebook. And on the Philadelphia comedians page, it's not good.
That's not good. Mischief on Facebook is never good.
So 380 Pat gets on Facebook. I'm in the Zucker sphere, and I see a post on the Philadelphia comedians page, which for anyone who doesn't know, there's 2 of them. One's shitty, one's good. I forget the names. I'm on the shitty one, I'm pretty sure. And this guy posts saying that he is offering his services to write jokes for comedians for money. Now, mind you, this is a Facebook page of all amateur comedians. This isn't like, oh yeah, I'm on SNL. Why don't you send me over a packet?
You're not calling up, John Mulaney for some writing work.
Yeah. So, and obviously all the comments are just ripping this guy apart. Be like, fuck you. Like, who do you think you are? Like, blah, blah, blah. 380 Pat goes, I should message him.
I want to hear this man out.
And say, listen.
Test his wares.
I'd like to hire your services. But of course, I'm a businessman, as I'm sure you are as well. I need a sample of what you got.
Right.
And in hindsight, this is a mean thing to do. But he's
a businessman.
He's going out there saying, I have a product to sell. It's not on me just because I know the product's going to be shitty.
That's like being like, oh, I felt guilty about wasting the salesman's time test driving a Tesla.
Yeah.
So you want, well, maybe not a Tesla, but you want a test drive. You want to take it for a spin. What's wrong with taking it for a spin? Is that fucking illegal?
And this is mean-spirited. I would like to take everyone, all of our listeners, for a little test drive.
Take you for a test drive.
You want to hear this stand-up set?
I would love to hear this stand-up set.
And listen, to the guy who wrote this, if this gets back to you, fuck you. I'm not unblocking you on Facebook, and I'm not paying you. I took it, read it, made him see that I read it, and said, I'm all good. Thank you for your time. And then I blocked him.
So he's trying to write just jokes, or jokes in your voice?
He's in your voice. He's saying, I am so good at writing stand-up, I can figure out you and write a killer set for you. So this is a killer set for him.
For him.
This is what I assume so. This is what he sent me.
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't send him a tape.
No, fuck no.
Listen to me.
I just said, I just want to see a sample of your writing.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, is this like a rim shotty kind of stand up? Like, should we have a ready to rip?
No, I don't think there's really sound effects. There's a few pauses for comedic timing and for dramatic effect, but I can just
can't even remember what sound cues we have. I don't think
they'll go through.
I don't think they'll go through. Anyways, sorry, we're getting off track here.
All right. I'm just gonna go right into it. This shouldn't take long, by the way. This should just be a few minutes.
It's a podcast. Take all the time you need.
We got to heat time.
We got to fill time, buddy.
All right, I'm just gonna get right.
All right.
Let's get real. We are so used to chasing women that when one hands it to us on a silver platter, we start wondering, what's the catch? And you know what? It's not even our fault. Guess who we have to blame for this mess? Pause for dramatic effect. Adam. Yeah. The dude who had it easy, real easy. Adam was the only man in history who woke up next to a naked woman without having to put in any work. No drinks, no dinner, no compliments, no begging, no scheming, nothing. It was like God was just like, here, bro, you're welcome. And what did Adam do? He ruined it for all of us. The fall of Adam. Now, fast forward to today, and here we are. As men, we have to be funny, charming, and let's be honest, really good at lying. Every guy's done it. Every man has pretended to like her kid when he really doesn't. You know, the kid who's annoying as hell, constantly jumping on the couch, and you're like, hey, how's it going, Derek? Meanwhile, you're really thinking, I swear, Derek, I will pause for comedic timing. But you see, Adam didn't have to do any of that. He didn't even have to wait 3 days to text back, because who else was she going to talk to? The snake? That one's actually not terrible.
It's not bad. Who's she gonna talk to?
The snake. So when we get to heaven, I'm gonna ask God one question: where is Adam? I need to talk to this dude. I mean, Adam had one job. Don't eat the fruit. That's it. Simple, right? And what did he do? He still messed it up. He could have just said, nah, Eve, I'm good. But no, he couldn't resist. Everything went downhill from there. All of it. God should have just played some reverse psychology on Adam, told him, eat the fruit of the tree of life and leave the other one alone. You know what would have worked? Nobody would have even looked twice at the other fruit. But no, Adam had to go and break the first rule of human existence. Now every man has to suffer because of that one bad decision. The legacy of Adam.
Suffer what? What is... Sorry, is
there's a little bit more, but it just gets a lot more biblical. But it's just, I was reading it and I just love where it's like... Guys, we all know what it's like, lying to women, begging them to fuck us.
We just have to be so charming.
And it's because of the Bible.
It's great. Wow, I didn't have to beg this time.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get on my hands and...
But, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure in the Bible, like, she's made from his rib. So it's just weird to be like... That's awesome. I don't even have to beg her and lie to her and take her to dinner.
I don't have to do that stuff. Because I'm sure he's doing it all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
so exhausted from all the cool stuff he does all the time.
And I don't know, when I came down, I was kind of like, that was kind of mean to me. But like, come on.
It's just, the arrogance of being like, I'll write a whole... You're going to pay me to write a whole stand-up set for you.
Yeah.
And like, what, you've been doing open mics for 2 years? You're going to write everyone jokes?
I feel like at open mics, it's like... There's probably been like 5 times where someone's like come up to me and just gave me like a note, and I wasn't just like, fuck this guy.
Right.
Like, I feel like it's just such... Like, it's just etiquette to kind of be like, hey, man, like, I like this joke. Have you thought about this? Or like, I was hearing... And it's like... Yeah, I would never be like, why don't you give me $200 and I'll rant about
$200?
I don't know how much he wanted.
Oh my God.
I assume he's not doing it for like $10. Like, what's the point, you know? But yeah, it just reminds me of I'd go to this thing in college where like I did improv. I don't know why I'm telling you like you didn't know this, but yeah, we did this thing where like we'd have a representative go to like a alcohol safety thing for like, because they're like, we know that you guys are throwing parties for your clubs, we just got to teach someone how to like do it safe, which was pretty much just like, hey, don't let people die. That was
don't poison people.
But there was one dude it was something about like something about just like safety, like making sure like no one like spikes drinks or whatever, like talking to like women like safely or whatever. I forget what the context was, but this guy gets up with like, don't
headphones. Scare them. Don't buck at women.
Don't charge them. But yeah, this dude gets up and he's got like over the ear headphones around his neck. He's like, hey, like I'm whoever from the DJ club. And I was like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking suck. And he's like, but like, come on, let's be honest. What if we were, you know how it is. Like we see a couple ladies at the bar and we want to buy them a drink. It was like, shut up.
So is that illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah, those like, I don't know, I've been seeing a lot of like Charlie Kirk, like campus debate clips. Yeah. And like one that keeps coming up, it's like they're arguing about like consent. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they're like arguing like, oh, like if a woman consents and then like throughout, the encounter goes on and then she revokes consent, like, is that allowed or whatever? And it's just like,
means that allowed?
It's crazy. Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, shut the mic off. Yeah. Like, what? This isn't a debate. Like, there's nothing to debate here. There's like a guy like, saying like, whoa, I mean, like, she says yes and then she says no later. Like, I should be able to keep going. It's like, no. Why do you want to keep going?
Go off the last thing that they said.
Why do you want, like, what? How is that appealing to you?
How could it be fun for you?
It can't be fun. You know how, I was like in college, like, I don't know, like just like hooking up you're out drinking, you hook up with someone, like I like ruined the encounter by asking too many times if this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally every 2 minutes I'm like, are you good?
How is
this okay?
So Chris, I remember a story from when we were in college, the very first semester. Do you remember we were in a dorm with a gentleman who went to one of these like beginning of the year, like this is what consent is kind of like things for freshmen. Do you remember this?
I think I do. Does his name begin with a T?
Does.
Name him.
For the record, I love that guy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What did he? Do you remember what he said, Gary? I can't. He said something crazy.
So they were doing one of these like presentations, and like this is like a hired company that the college brought in, and they're talking
to teach about consent.
Yes, it was like an orientation thing. So like one of the very first days that we're there. And one of the people that was up on stage, like they're, this is their job to do this, basically was like laying out examples of like what consent is and is not. And it was like a very clear example of this is not consent. And this guy just goes, no, it's not. That's not true. Just like out loud. It's not. In front of everybody.
Wait, so sorry, just to be clear, he was saying the wrong thing.
Yes.
Right. They were saying like if they say yes and they say no later and you keep going, that's rape.
No, it's
and
not.
He's like, no, it's not.
Jesus Christ!
It tanked the whole thing. Like they had to just stop.
Ruined it.
Damn. Wait, did they do it like presentation style? Was it just kind of like they just kind of talked to you, or like what? Because they did something like that at my school, but they did it like with skits. And it was from some group called Sex Out Loud, which I always thought was like, just think 10 more minutes about the name. That's a horrible name.
As opposed to like Sex in Your Head.
It's also like
the hentai support group or something.
I can't relate to that because mine would be Sex Very Quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe you accidentally let out a sigh every once in a while.
Sex holding in a fart.
Yeah. Actually, this made me think of this. Do you think it's weird? You listen to the Sex Talk podcast, by the way. Is it weird to ask your partner if they busted after sex?
No, you should check.
Okay. Because I've done that, and then a few times they've thought it was very strange. And I was like, I don't know.
Because no one's ever asked them before?
Probably just no one's ever asked.
Right.
But yeah, and then it's funny because then if I'm like with someone for a while, it's like I still want to do it, but it's more casual. So I'm just like, did you bust?
Well,
partner.
How was it?
How'd you get all the way there, partner?
Can I get some feedback?
Yeah. How was that?
That was pretty good. Yeah, no, I've been single again, fucking again, and one thing.
Yeah, I've just been
fucking again. Whatever, it's not a big deal.
On your very elevated bed,
right? But it's one thing I'm noticing is like you just like cannot hide anything from a woman who's like paying attention. Like,
what do you mean?
Well, like because like I'd been like I'm doing better now, but earlier this year I was not doing great.
I get
mentally.
It. Yeah,
and I'm trying to be like positive and like like I'm Christy's crushing it. The beacon of mental health.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You got a little schmutz.
Do I?
I don't want you on the camera looking foolish.
Do I have a booger?
No, it was like I think food crumbs in the beer. I guess that's what it's for. But sorry, you're saying.
But like I'm trying to I'm mentally healthy. I'm positive. I'm great. I'm doing great right now. I'm very happy. And I had this girl over. She comes into my room and she like looks around. She's like, "Man, this room is like frozen in 2018. Was that the last good year you had?" God damn. I'm like, God. Well, now that I think about it, lady, yeah. Yeah, it was.
Okay. I got a couple things. To be fair, I think what's doing most of the legwork is that you have 3 albums from like 15 years ago.
For the listeners, I have Arctic Monkeys, Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then Kids See Ghosts,
which literally came out in 2018. Yes. I'm pretty sure. Also, to be fair, the Arctic Monkeys one, I think is their first album.
Yes.
So
no.
Whatever. Who gives a fuck? But also,
it's AM 2013.
Okay. But also, like, I don't really know how much that's women naturally being insightful, and more just the telltale sign of you not doing well is a guy who keeps saying how well he's doing.
Well, I don't say it to them. I don't go, hey, I'm Chris. I'm doing great.
Hey, I'm Chris. I do not have a gun that was in my mouth.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm a happy guy.
I'm really happy.
Chrissy's got a pep in his step.
I don't have a lot of sleeping pills just in case. It is weird how sometimes like you could buy sleeping pills at like a size where it's like, get a smaller size.
Right. You're trying to do something here.
Yeah.
Trying to sleep forever.
Yeah. Just go to the pharmacy and like, how long can I sleep?
Right. But no, I think I don't know. I think women pay attention and they pick up on stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I feel like you
so
have to. That's, you know,
how you stay alive. Yeah.
You gotta stay alive out there. You gotta,
there's they made like a Netflix movie about did you ever hear there's like that serial killer that was on like a dating show and then won?
Oh yeah.
I think it was Robert Ramirez or whatever. They made like a movie about that, and it's just funny where it's like they make this woman like the hero of the story, and it's just the only woman who doesn't seem to think that there's something really wrong with this like clearly like serial killer guy.
Right.
I just
pick up on that stuff really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick.
You're like a psychic. You knew that guy with fucked up teeth who was saying nighttime is the best time might be a bit of a loose cannon.
Wow. That guy with like completely dead eyes. He wasn't exactly the nicest.
But I don't know. That'd just be so crazy if like someone you like kind of knew, and then someone was just like, "Oh, did you hear about Robert? He killed 19 women." Did you hear about?
Did you hear about? You hear tell of this?
Because You think it'd be all right to tell that story that our friend whose name starts with a K told us about a guy at his job?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll text him after this and make sure it's fine. But
No,
I won't use any names or whatever. But we have a friend who works in
hospitality,
let's say. And there was a guy who was trying to get a promotion to like a supervisor job, didn't get it, and then just storms off and then starts like secretly recording other people in the parking lot trying to be like, hey man, like good to see you. Like, remember how they wouldn't give me that promotion even though I deserved it because they discriminated against me? And they're just like, no, man, get the camera out of my fucking face. And then they didn't see him for a while. And then our friend is just like at work, and then some supervisor's just like, okay, like everyone's probably heard the news about this guy. Yes, it is true. He did cut off his own penis and try to flush it down a toilet in a nervous breakdown.
He said, like, I don't deserve this.
Yeah, it was like, I don't deserve this, and like tried to turn himself in for like crime.
He like didn't do anything, right? He like didn't commit any crimes.
He did. He committed crimes, but it was like no one had come forward about it. So the police were just kind of like, I don't know what we can't really do anything about it. And then he was like, well, okay.
You did cut your dick off.
No, this was before. He like tried to turn himself in. They're like, no one reported it. Like, we can't we can't charge you for a crime that no one's like reported. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna go chop off my dick and try to flush it down a toilet. Which is sad. Like, I mean,
it's not good.
It's not good. But it's just
also, he won't hurt anyone anymore. So
he still might. This guy seems like he's capable. I would never cut off my penis.
I'm trying to think of any scenario where I would cut off my penis. Maybe if I was like James Franco in that movie where he gets stuck in the rocks. Like if my cock gets stuck, I get stuck by my cock, I have to cut it off. I would probably I'd probably come a piece off that.
He goes hiking with an English student. He gets trapped between a boulder.
They were reading Lolita on the trail.
God damn! You ever read Lolita? I don't know why you would, but yeah, have you ever read Lolita?
No, you don't know why I would read Lolita?
I don't know. As soon as I started asking, I was like, why would he have read Lolita?
I don't know. Well, no, I've not read Lolita.
I never read it, but I was like, what's the deal with that book? And sometimes I just like look up the plots of stuff on Wikipedia. Yeah. Right. And I looked at the plot of Lolita and I was like, this is just such a strange book.
Right.
I thought it was just like a dude gets into a relationship with like an underage girl. It's like a dude sees a girl, becomes obsessed with her, and then like marries her mom to like be close to her. Oh, God. And then like it gets worse from there.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Wow. I was thinking that it'd be really positive from there.
I just think it's funny when it's like there'll be like art. I guess not so much anymore, but like art dudes will just be like, yeah, but it's a beautiful story.
Right.
It's a wonderful story.
Right. Yeah.
What he does with language.
Oh,
so
dude.
Cool.
Well, I was about to, because I had like a Clockwork Orange shirt.
Oh yeah, that was a bad pick.
That was a bad pick.
When you get there like Urban Outfitters or something?
Urban Outfitters has some crazy selections.
Is a wacky thing.
I was talking to someone about this at a mic the other day. You heard about Kent State, right? In the 70s, there was a Vietnam protest on campus, and the National Guard shot like 4 students, and Urban Outfitters was selling Kent State crew neck sweaters with blood splatters all over it, dude. Like fucking insane shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they had a Clockwork Orange t-shirt, and I genuinely liked the book. I liked what he did with language. That's literally what I would say. Like I was sitting next to a woman on the plane, and on a flight. I said the plane, like, you know what plane I'm talking about, on the Lolita Express. On the Lolita Express. Yeah. No, but I was just sitting with this woman on a plane, and she saw me wearing the shirt. She's like, why do you like that movie so much? And I had never seen the movie either. I just read the book.
Oh, that's worse.
I feel like the movie is like,
I think the movie cuts out stuff that was in oh really?
No, it doesn't.
Oh shit.
No, it doesn't. it depicts it, and it's actually like, I think one of the first NC-17 like movies. Like it's banned in several countries. Damn. And for good reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was just like, I don't know, like I like the book, you know, like
but what'd she say to that?
She's like, oh, okay. And she was like a set designer or something. So we were just talking about like props and stuff. Yeah. But she was cool lady.
That is funny too, because like I probably would have just been like, oh, I don't know, is that Urban Outfitters? Like I feel like that, like I get what you mean, but that's probably the worst answer from her perspective, where it's like, I like it.
Yeah.
I like the story.
But I mean, it's a good book.
Yeah.
It genuinely is. Yeah. And he's just making up his own fucking language and shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Clockwork Orange and droogs, you know that droogs are? They're little hellions, the rabble rousers committing crimes.
Oh, like the dudes from the book?
They're like my droogs.
The Fuens.
That's what I liked about it, was like the Fuens. Yeah. He like makes up his own language, you know, and he's like drinking psychedelic milk and committing crimes.
That is pretty cool,
it's
actually.
cool, dude. It's a cool fucking...
You brought me back over with the psychedelic.
He just hangs out in the lounge drinking like it's like Molokovo or something like that. And just getting fucked up on milk.
Damn, honestly,
on like milk and barbiturates. I
mean, dude, if in 15 years I can go into a diner and then they'll be like, do you want a chocolate milk with Oxycontin in it? I'd be like, sure.
We're not far from that, dude.
We're probably going to have that.
Beverage technology has many more advancements happening.
They call it Choxycontin.
Choxycontin.
I'll put Choxycontin shake, please.
But make sure it doesn't get cut with chocolatol.
One where it's like extra O's, it's like morphine. A little milk, a little extra, a little something.
Moo. Zanberry milk.
I had a little Patty's little history fact that I thought was funny.
Hit me with it.
So I was listening to like a thing about in like World War II, they stationed a bunch of like U.S. troops in Australia just to like make sure shit was
why.
Well, it was kind of like that was the nearest like safe place for like the Pacific. So it's like if you were a Marine, I think you ever see that show, The Pacific?
No.
They have like a couple episodes about that. It's like they go on leave, so they just send them to like Melbourne for like a little bit to like
Melbourne.
You kind of got to relax after there for a while.
I think you need to unwind.
Yeah, but
especially like fighting the Japanese.
Oh yeah,
you gotta chill out.
They don't really talk about it in the show, but there was like a lot of tension between like the U.S. soldiers and the Australian soldiers, and like one of them. So there ended up being race riots, which is not fun. But before that, they like got there and just like started stealing all the Australian guys' like girlfriends. Like they like these Australian guys get stationed there, they're like with all the city girls, and then the U.S. troops come in and just steal all their girlfriends. And like they would ask like Australians like why they think this is happening. And they're like, oh, well, they pay the U.S. soldiers more and they get like more like shit. Like they give them like cigarettes and like food and chocolate, and they're like giving it to the women and then like stealing them away. And then someone like just started interviewing women in Melbourne, and they're like, no, all the Australian guys treat us like objects, and like the Americans are just much nicer to us.
Right.
And I was like, one, it's very funny to think that like, yeah, no, someone's just like, oh, they're just giving them stuff and like trading with them and like they're cattle. And then, but it's also, I thought it was funny where it's like, can you imagine how shitty you must have been to women if a man from the 1940s in the U.S. was like the sweetie pie,
a breath of fresh air,
got
a
back
traumatized World War II veteran,
spent 6 months in the mud, almost dying, and then he's still nicer to you than just a guy from your town.
Some fucking Australian moron. Yeah. That's really funny.
It's pretty funny.
It's really, really funny.
But yeah, it ended up getting like wacky because there'd be like riots and everything. And someone should definitely make a movie about it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
Yeah.
I just some guy from New York in the 1940s. It's like he only hits me 3 times.
Yeah.
Rather than 6.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was going back to the jail thing. Did you hear about I was talking about droogs and just hellions, and you know that prankster Vitali? Remember that guy? He's a YouTube prankster. Vitali.
He's like a bald guy, right? He does like pedophile hunting, doesn't he?
That's his latest gambit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I only know him from that.
This guy's been around forever. He's like a YouTube OG. He got arrested in Singapore. He's facing 25 years in jail.
That is not a place you want to go
disturbing the peace.
24 years for disturbing
25 years
for disturbing the peace.
And to be honest, like I'm for it.
It's funny.
I don't want to be extreme, but I think it should be legal to shoot YouTube pranksters.
I think
in the street.
If we ever get like a lot of listeners to this, someone should definitely make a compilation of all the times you've said someone should legally be able to be killed, because it comes up a lot.
YouTube pranksters, people that overcharge for meals. Like I went to this restaurant called 12 in Portland once, and I ordered a steak, and it was like $60 for a steak. They served me the steak, and I shit you not, it is 2 coins like this big of meat, and it's like I should be allowed to kill you.
Isn't that like because I don't really get like steak a lot when I go out to eat. Isn't steak like pretty like, wouldn't that make sense though? Isn't like a steak at like Outback like pretty expensive? So
it's expensive, but it's not 2 little medallions.
But I'm saying if it's like Outback's kind of, not like bottom of the barrel, but kind of like mid. And then, you get a normal size steak there for like $45. I think a much nicer place, it'd be tinier and more expensive, right?
It'd be more expensive, not tinier.
You know what they should do? You know what I think is a real problem? I think I'm not going to promise death to anybody. I think that no restaurant should legally be allowed to not have a picture of the food and the actual price on the menu. I think when you go into a nice restaurant, they're like, why would we have a picture of the food? It's like, fuck you. Yeah. You're trying to fuck me.
You're fucking me on this deal.
First of all, I want something to color on. And I want a menu with 16 pages with pictures of everything.
I want a crossword.
Yeah.
I need a word search.
Yeah.
I can't let my mind get fucking lazy while I'm at dinner.
That'd be funny to be like a high-end like food critic and then go in like really, really nice place. But it's like so famous even as a food critic, where it's like any restaurant you go into, they're like, oh my god, that's Pat Nugent. That's 3 Eddie Pat.
Right,
like, we got to make sure that we give him the best. And then I like a
napkin in.
Yeah. Who's the guy from Ratatouille? I want to be the guy from Ratatouille, but it's me and I'm high. But like just go to just the nicest restaurant, like Michelin stars, and I like say like I want to go off menu. It's like make me this, but it'll be like I want 2 buttermilk pancakes with chocolate chips arranged in a smiley face. And they'll be like, excuse me, I'll like put on my glasses and I'm like, now? And I'll wave them away.
Be gone.
And every time I'll be like, it fucking sucked. There were pictures of the menu.
I didn't know what it looked like.
But no, like anytime I've been to a restaurant where it won't tell me the price of it, I'm always just like, well, I don't want to get this.
Right. It'll say like market value or whatever.
Well, that actually makes sense because it's like they usually do that where it's like fish, where it's like, one day it'll be one price, the next, like we're buying it today. So it's like whatever price they tell us. But like if it's just like, oh, appetizers creme brulee. I don't know.
Creme brulee.
Whatever it is, they should have the price.
I need to set a base.
Yeah.
For like creme brulee. need a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it should be. I wanted to harm the owner of 12. If you're listening to this, owner of 12, I'm coming for you.
Dude, if you ever become president of America, I think a lot of people are going to die.
A lot of people are in
A
trouble.
lot of people are going to die for very silly
Everyone's worried
things.
about The Rock or Logan Paul. You should be worried about Chris Nugent taking over.
I still don't get how. I guess I get it where now it's just kind of like any emotion can make you famous. I still don't get how those guys are like so famous now. The Paul brothers.
Yeah.
Both of them. How did it happen?
Vine.
I don't know. I mean,
Vine, yeah.
Yeah, but so much more happened after that.
YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, but it's like they were going to be on Disney, lost it because of the Japan thing, I believe, and just generally just being like kind of fucks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't get how they simultaneously have like a reality show on HBO, but then also are making like knockoff Lunchables. Like, it seems like the only people who like them are like 12-year-old boys.
It's a very powerful demographic.
But they don't watch reality shows on HBO, I don't think.
It's on Hulu, I think.
Whatever. Oh, wow. Okay.
That just changes everything.
Oh, let's pause and fact check what fucking streaming service
but
it's
like
on.
all the fucking kids will juice the YouTube numbers. The YouTube numbers justifies the Hulu deal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're probably not watching. That'll probably be the last Hulu deal they get.
Okay, so I have to correct this. It is on HBO.
Yeah.
I fact checked it.
Oh,
it's HBO.
Fuck you.
I get ignoramus of the app. All right, so it's an HBO, but that will be the last HBO deal they get. They will not get another HBO deal.
But dude, if I got an HBO deal, I'd be like, oh,
you
no,
won.
I'm not going to get another
You
one.
won. But they're not going to get another one. It's from the YouTube numbers. And the YouTube numbers are from Vine. And people used to mix me and Logan Paul up all the time, actually.
Okay.
So I was almost Logan Paul.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
If you really think about your Logan
when
Paul.
I had hair.
Yeah.
Like he would show up on like Vine compilations all the time. And like it looked just like me. It was crazy how much we looked alike.
I know a guy who used to play him in football in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was he good?
Yeah, they were really good.
Really good at football?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, they were
They got it. They're the whole package.
They were athletes. I mean, you know what? Say what you will about Jake Paul. He's jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did fight Floyd Mayweather, or Logan Paul fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you say that out loud, and it's like, how the fuck?
That's crazy.
How did the guy with the Yoda hat filming bodies in Japan fight Floyd Mayweather in like not that much time?
And then he bought like a fucking compound in Puerto Rico to like not pay taxes.
I just like I don't know. I don't make a ton of money. There's really like there's not much higher I'd need to go where I'm just like, it's fine. Like I would never be like, I need to find a tax shelter immediately.
You see that money coming out, it's pretty appealing.
I'd like to fact.
Yeah,
I don't want to pay
I
that.
want to fact check one more thing. He did not fight Floyd Mayweather. He fought
Paul?
his living remains. So
Floyd, you're thinking of Mike Tyson. That was Jake Paul.
Yes, it was Mike Tyson. But again, same difference.
Oh, nice carrot.
Well, I will say, I don't really know enough about boxing to really pick apart the Tyson thing, but I just remember I think we were driving home from one of your shows, and then I was driving with our buddy Kyle, and then he just had it on his phone, and I was just like looking over a lot and watching the fight while driving, which was really reckless because like our dad had just hit a deer like 2 hours before that, and I should have been paying more attention to the road. But instead, I was like looking over. I'm like, "Come on, Mike."
That was depressing. Like it was. I mean, this has been said a million times since it happened.
The first round, I was like, "He's doing pretty good," and then he was not doing pretty good after that.
Pretty bad.
Yeah,
doing pretty bad.
What else you got on that little notepad there?
Oh, I got let's see. It's an idea for a SoundCloud style rapper that abuses melatonin all day. It's Mellow Wolf.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
I just thought it'd be fun.
Yeah,
just a very sleepy SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, just very tired all the time. Yeah, his ad was like night.
Oh, sleepy. Night.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got going on.
Guy with a little double cup of chamomile tea.
Yeah,
put him right to bed.
Foam cup of Trader Joe's sleepy time tea. He's just always wearing like bathrobes.
Yeah,
like really, really cozy stuff.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
I think I talked about it on like a long time ago. It's dumb, but did I tell you my dumb pitch for a procedural like crime drama?
No.
So it's the show called Mind Changer. And so what it is, it's a detective who has to solve crimes, usually murders, but maybe not all the time. But here's the thing. He can see ghosts. Okay. He can see ghosts from any time more than 100 years in the past. Okay. But they're around in the present. And so they can witness events that are happening now, and he can talk to them, and they can help him, give him information, and help him solve the murder. Here's the thing, though. It's all from more than 100 years ago, so they're all racist. Okay. So every time he tries to talk to one of the ghosts, he just can't get through the conversation because they're all incredibly racist. So every single episode, he has to convince the ghost the error of his ways, so they can finally get through a conversation. He can figure out who did the murder.
Mind changer. He's like trying to solve a murder, and all these ghosts are like, it was probably those fucking wops up the street.
Or like I think the pilot episode would be so there's like he gets called to a small town. He's like a freelance detective or whatever. You can't work for the department when you're out there like this guy is.
Right.
Gets called to a murders at a diner. Gets to the diner, can't figure out the case details. Talks to the owner. Goes, I mean, this place looks great. Like, tell me a little bit more about the diner. And they go, I mean, it's really nice. Business is really good. I mean, it's kind of taken a hit since the murder and everything. But yeah, we've been open since the 1950s. Goes, the 1950s, you say? Goes back at night. Yeah. There's a ghost there. Here's the problem. The ghost is from the 1950s. So he's got a lot of really dicey opinions.
A lot of really bad takes.
And the guy's just like, I need to change your mind so we can get through this.
I like it.
Yeah,
let's green light it.
He'll talk to the ghost. They'll be like, did you see who did the murder? And he'll be like, yeah. And he's like, can you describe him? He's like, yeah, I can describe him.
I think I can describe him.
Guy's like, all right, stop. Mind change.
He just spends 10 minutes describing his nose.
Yeah, that may have been a 4 edible.
That's a 4 edible. Damn,
I don't know, dude. I'm just kidding. I don't think I've ever done 4 edibles.
You've done 4 edibles. Come on.
I've done them because before all the dispensaries open, we used to get like one of those services where they'll meet you in a parking lot and you can pick up edibles.
Oh yeah.
And I think the most I took with those were just because they were really poorly made was like 6, just because they like barely worked.
Right.
But no, once actual working edibles came, I don't think I've taken more than 3.
Really? I've taken I don't know. I've taken like 6. I've blasted off, dude. And another one I had, this was like a news item that maybe we can segue into some news topics, but I saw, apparently like ChatGPT, people are like using ChatGPT and, like basically describing their messianic delusions to ChatGPT. And, it's a servile, chat bot. So it's basically like egging all these people on. So all these people are just sitting in their rooms by themselves on the brink of a mental breakdown. And then ChatGPT is like, no, yeah, you are God, actually. Jesus is talking to you.
I don't really get the mindset though of like, they're having delusion where they think they're the Messiah.
Yeah.
Why would you need to run that by an AI?
Because, you need to run it by someone, and then the people at the bodega are like, "No, man, you're not Jesus." Where ChatGPT is like, "No, you are."
This is just another case of people refusing to run anything by the people in their life before just going with it. Yeah, who gets into a lot of problems with that is like Mormons, because
messianic delusions.
Well, like I
mean, if you have 5 wives, how could you not think you're God?
So like, little red flag about me is I find serial killers very interesting, which is scary because I look like one, so it's not great.
Right.
But so sometimes I listen to like podcasts like about like serial killers, and I've heard multiple ones where like a Mormon guy will start like a small cult, and then eventually just be like, we have to start killing people. And it's usually like he'll, you know, just
It always
like,
comes to this.
yeah, it's usually he'll just get like 6-7 people and then be like, well, better start killing them. But like, I think the problem, not the problem, but like how it happens is like in that religion, it's very common to be like, whatever you heard from God, tell everybody about it. So if a guy's just like, yeah, it turns out I am the Messiah, like in there, it's like, oh shit, okay, sick. Like that's awesome.
Nice. I didn't have to worry about this anymore.
You just have to convince 6 people to be like, I actually am the Messiah.
It's just crazy that someone would say that and not one other person's like, no, I am.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing breaks down.
Well, I feel like you kind of got to like wait in the cut if someone does that. Like wait 6 months and then be like, I really thought he was the Messiah, but I'm kind of starting to think I'm the Messiah.
I don't know if I've been thinking about this a lot.
I think the problem was there was definitely a vibe of the Messiah in the commune. The commune.
I was talking to Brenda, Lindsay, Beth, and Megan, and they all think that I'm the Messiah. So I mean, you can't argue with my 4 wives.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like hell.
That sounds like a nightmare.
You listen to the guy podcast.
This is guys being
4
dudes.
wives, dude. You kidding me?
I can barely handle one.
Yeah, I can barely watch the game now.
I'm never watching the game. Can you imagine how loud that house is? Oh man, sure a lot of chatting, not a lot of dinner being made. I'm kidding. I'm sure they make great spaghetti casserole or whatever the fuck those people eat.
That actually does sound pretty good.
That does actually sound pretty good.
I feel like because I don't know, to me, I feel like Mormons are very, they remind me of like Minnesota people.
More women's.
You're on fire today, dude. You're on fucking fire. But I remember I had a roommate in college who was from Minnesota, and they call it a hot dish.
A hot dish is a casserole.
It's a casserole.
Call
Casserole's
a hot dish. Hot dish.
Yeah, this
Don't
guy
let it get
was
cold.
A hot mess.
And I'm not talking about the casserole.
That's right.
Oh man. Well, Garrett. what other hot news items do you have for us?
We don't have any news today, but we do have some Reddit.
No news?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's news.
That's my favorite kind of news.
That's the only news we care about.
Truly. Exploring things that could have been talked about with people in your life instead of putting it on Reddit. Round 1. I'm just going to share this real quick. All right. So if one of you wants to read this part right up here before we get into the text message.
Anytime joke is in quotation marks, it's always a good sign. Do you mind reading zooming in a little bit, Garrett? Thank you, sir. I'm also set. Okay. All right. I will read. Am I overreacting to a quote unquote joke my boyfriend makes after asking him not to? My boyfriend a year ago, still dwelling on, made a joke when out at a restaurant with his family. As you can see, it's about other girls and in a one way or another wanting them or going on a date with them. The first screenshot was when it first happened. It made me livid. I was so upset. I asked him to not say that anymore. A few months later, he made the joke again about a goth girl. Again, livid.
Oh my God.
I didn't let it go as easily as I told him how this upsets me. He downplayed it. It's just a joke. Then yesterday, he did it again.
No fucking way.
The joke itself isn't that bad. All right, well, okay. Could have fooled me. I guess maybe you are overreacting. It's not that bad. It's his response to when I express it upsets me. He mocks me. He belittles me. He makes me even more upset. Now I'm not talking to him because I just don't even know what to say. He apologized, and I don't want to accept it. Am I overreacting?
Now we got to see exactly what was said.
No Christmas tree. Or you read this?
Yeah. No Christmas tree. No pretzel bites. Why are there so many cute girls working at Red Robin? We should come and you can be my wingman. Angel, smiley face, 3 of them. And then she says, why would you say that? That is a weird thing to say. Oh, wait. Should we alternate?
Yeah. It's Reader's Theater. Wow. Out at dinner on a Wednesday.
Taking my other goth girl on a fancy date.
I already told you I don't find that funny.
Okay. Sorry.
For someone who apparently got cheated on, I find it surprising that you even find that funny.
Sorry. I like dark, ironic humor, okay?
Ugh, God.
My parents are talking about all the changes in MUK and what they'd want for it to be more modern, and it's pissing me off. So much LMAO.
It's disrespectful.
Okay.
Especially after I asked you not to do it. After you said there were hot girls at Red Robin and I should be your wingman.
Okay.
Don't talk to me like that. You knew what you were doing.
Picture of him, I think,
supposedly putting a
Red Robin,
putting a gun to his head. Looks like, where are you going? Mom's birthday? I was like, why is he all dressed up? LOL.
Dang it. I was going to be like, yeah, I'm going on a date with a pretty girl today. See how you react.
If you said,
I wonder.
If you said that, I would have lost my shit.
LOL.
In a not funny way.
Picture of SpongeBob and Patrick laughing at the one where they do the 24 joke in class at driving school.
Yeah, you're lucky I knew.
Picture of SpongeBob crying. I don't recall the exact episode. You when I make my silly joke.
A joke that I've asked you twice not to make very seriously.
Okay. I got some thoughts. He is kind of funny.
It's a little bit funny.
It is a little bit funny.
A little bit funny.
I think the initial joke of there's a lot of hot girls at Red Robin after describing the food at Red Robin and then saying you should be my wingman,
right,
is pretty cringy. That I think that's pretty
he wants
dumb.
A third. That sounds like he wants a third.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
and then now he's like doubling because he's clearly trying to piss her off.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It is kind of like a thing where it's like, I can't tell if it's he made a good joke and then it got worse, or he made a bad joke and then it got funnier the more he kept doing it.
I think it's one of those things where you make a bad joke and then someone gets disproportionately upset,
right?
And then you just do like, I can't help myself.
I think she's not overreacting, just in the sense where it is kind of like, yeah, if you are genuinely upset, like it is shitty for like him to keep doing it. Because I remember I had something kind of similar to this happen to me, really? Where like I had an ex-girlfriend where I would just jokingly refer as the old ball and chain, which is just the most classic, like not how I talk at all. Like it's like a 1950s guy kind of thing, and it's like we're not even married. And then she was just like, oh, I don't really like that. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry. And then like, I think 3 months later, I like just forgot that she said that and said it like one more time. She's like, hey, like, can you not do that? I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, yeah, sorry about that. No. And I never did it again. And then, like a week later, she was like, oh yeah, like I mentioned to my roommate how you like referred to me as that. And then she was with her boyfriend. And then she asked her boyfriend, would you ever call me that? And he said, of course not. I love you. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, he's interpreting it like you're actually earnestly calling her the old ball and chain.
Yeah.
Like you're saying it ironically.
But it's also like, even if I was being earnest, does that mean I don't love her?
Right. Yeah. Ugh, I hate the like the guy, like trying way too hard. Like, oh, I'm great.
Yeah,
I love you. Like,
yeah.
Like, I remember one time I was like walking down the street. Like I was in college. I think whenever I like studied really late in college, I'd smoke cigs, and I was like walking down State Streets, just ripping cigs, and I like ash it, like throw it on the ground, and some guy was like walking with this girl and he's like, oh, I hate it when people do that. And I was like, hey, nice. Hey, you're definitely gonna fuck her,
guy
dude.
Alert over here.
Good job. Way to go. You feel good?
God damn, that makes me mad just hearing that now.
I know, right?
That
like,
sucks.
Where else am I gonna put it?
Yeah.
Where hey, why don't I put it in your ass?
Honestly, the power move would have been to turn around, walk back up, grab his hand, put it in his hand, and go, sorry about that, and then walk away. I know you hate that.
I know you hate that. Yeah. Here I go. Oh, you don't like that?
Dan, sometimes I do wish that I could just be like a way more disrespectful
so
person.
antisocial.
That's like, dude, just get a leather jacket and just start crashing out just all
there
the
was one
time.
night that I kind of, it wasn't even that bad of a crash out, but we were at some bar and some guy like shoved our friend. So then I just smack his drink out of his hands.
Oh yeah.
For show. And then but then I did that and I was like, oh, oh no. Then I like just walk away. I was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Sorry, is that how you remember that happening?
Well, I'm gonna tell the rest of it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell the beginning.
Please do.
Yeah, I hit the drink, and then I walk away, and then the guy is like following me around the bar. He's like, hey, what the fuck? And I was just like laughing at him the whole time, and then you are talking to him and diffusing the situation, and then he's like, we'll buy you another drink. He's like, it's not about that.
Yeah,
it's about the principle, which is like, oh, this is a man with a code. We can't just talk this guy down. And I think you're like pushing him to keep him from coming at me, because I'm literally standing behind you laughing at him. And then like you could feel like how strong he was. It's like, this guy would absolutely fuck you up.
It wasn't even like he was that like bigger than us. It was just like, yeah, this guy seems kind of strong, really angry, and none of us know how to fight.
And I'm laughing at him.
But so the thing that pissed me off was, so like from my perspective, I just see you and our other friend. He probably wouldn't care if I said
that's Mac.
Our buddy Mac. You and him go over to the bar. I'm like with my girlfriend and like some of our friends, and then you guys come back. I don't notice that anything's up until I just see and hear from across the bar a guy pointing towards us and then just screaming. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then he like starts like charging up, and I just kind of go like, whoa, like what's going on? And he just goes like, they knocked my drink out of my hand. I look back and it's you and Mac, and you're both like giggling. And I'm just like, so okay, like I'll buy you another drink. And he goes, that's not the point. Yeah. And then I was like, oh fuck, we're in the wrong here. And then like his friends come over and they like start de-escalating it. And then like it seems to be done. And I was just like, I don't know what the fuck like that was all about. And then I see like you guys like hug, which was like,
I mean, I apologize. I was like, hey man, I'm sorry. I was being an asshole. Give him a hug.
But the kicker for me was then after that, Mac, who was in the very back of the group, and is a shorter guy, so like pretty much hiding in the back of the group. She goes like, yeah, I don't know what you were doing, man. Like I was about to beat the fuck out of that guy.
It's like you weren't gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Your knee would pop before you walk over there.
Is like, it's not even, it's just like there was your chance right there. That was the time when you were
the time to take action. You had working hard to diffuse the situation. And I really think the only thing stopping him from doing anything was just you, like your girlfriend was right next to you. Like I think if there weren't girls in the mix, he might have swung. I don't know. I was literally laughing in his face the entire time.
Well, that was the other thing that kind of annoyed me, because it was the same guy who did the bullshit move about like, the ball and chain thing, which to be fair, he's a good guy. Like I like him. He's a good guy. But like when that happened, he like grabbed his girlfriend and just like walked like 20 feet away. And I was like, all right, man.
What
like
a good guy.
Yeah. What a hero. But yeah, and then I remember we were like leaving, and then like my ex was just like, yeah, like I don't really like fights or anything. But like I thought that was like pretty hot. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking idiot,
you moron,
you stupid moron.
It's pretty hot how you handled that guy.
It's pretty hot how you were thrust into a confusing situation and just didn't cry.
It's hot that your idiot brother pulled you into this dumb fucking altercation. And then hugged him.
Yeah.
You guys are just hugging each other. It was a nice moment, actually.
Sure. I mean, it was a bar and we were in our early 20s. Like, it's fine. It's funny.
It was funny. That was a good time.
Yeah.
What other Reddit stuff do you got for us, Garrett?
I think we have time for one more.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Let me share this one. All right. Enjoy.
Am I overreacting about my sister's BF eating my leftover pizza? I'm just gonna come off the rip and say, yeah,
probably.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. For context, I, 29 male, live with my sister, quote unquote, Sarah, 25 female, in our childhood home. Our mom died when I was 10, and our dad died 4 years ago. Jesus Christ.
That sucks.
That's a rip. He left the house to both me and Sarah.
And so we pizza.
This is my dad's pizza. This is my dead dad's pizza. So we can co-own it. My sister's boyfriend, Jack, 26 male, doesn't live with us, but he comes over enough that it feels like he does. Jack had to work last night, so me and Sarah got pizza for dinner. It was just us two. we get 2 pizzas. Sorry, I don't know why I keep doing this, kid.
You guys eat 2 pizzas?
You guys got 2 pizzas. One with her toppings and one with mine. Mm-hmm. That way, we both get a full pizza, which always gives us at least one more meal from the leftovers.
Okay, so this is probably like a large pizza.
I only had 2 pizzas last night because I started feeling sick in my new meds. Oh. So I had 6 pieces left over that I was gonna have today. Lo and behold, when I go to get them out of the fridge for lunch, they're not there. Only one slice of Sarah's pizza was left. Jack had come over this morning, so when I saw him getting some water a little while later, I asked him if he ate it. He played dumb. What pizza? and then I might have had a slice of Sarah's.
Oh, that's funny.
What kind was yours again? It was obvious he took it because Sarah hates barbecue chicken pizza, and Jack was the only other person in the house. Apparently, he ran and told Sarah that I was interrogating him, and then our text exchange happened. Am I overreacting about Jack taking my leftover pizza, or is it my sister right that it was no big deal?
I was going to go out for a bit. Something about keys, and then I was going to go out for a bit.
I left them on the dresser in my room. Just put them back there when you're done.
Did you say something to Blank about the pizza? He's so pissed right now.
I just asked him if he ate it.
He said you grilled him about it. Not cool. I pay for food too. You can't tell him what he can or can't eat. Yeah.
I didn't say he couldn't eat anything. I just asked him if he ate the rest of the pizza from last night. I paid for both of them. And since I wasn't feeling great, I was saving the rest of my barbecue chicken for lunch today.
Oh my fucking God. It's just pizza. You'll get over it.
I specifically told you I was saving it, though. Did he at least ask you before he shoved it in his face hole?
Damn. No, what the fuck? He doesn't need my permission to have food.
Okay, but 1, he doesn't live here or pay for food, so he kind of does need permission. 2, he wasn't here for dinner last night, so he knows he didn't leave any leftovers in the fridge. Everyone knows that you ask before eating someone else's leftovers. It's just common courtesy. And 3, this is like the 10th time he's done this. And every single time you swear you'll talk to him about it.
JFC? You're so, Jesus fucking Christ, you're so dramatic. I'll buy you another fucking pizza. And stop with the walls of text. Damn, that's a good move, dude.
It's not about the pizza. It's about him not having any respect for other people's stuff. He does it with my tools, and Xbox too. I constantly come home to find tools missing or sitting out in random places. He always fucks with my saved games. I'm sick of that shit. Every time I try to talk to him about it, he runs crying to you. It's pathetic.
What's pathetic is a 29-year-old man whining about video games. You need a real hobby.
Jesus
God damn,
Christ,
she's kind of cooking them.
Oh my God.
Or maybe try finding a woman. You were a pretty normal guy till Blank left. I don't know why you let her go. Such a dumbass move.
Oh my God.
Holy fuck.
Seriously? You don't know why I let her go. Could it maybe be because of that little thing where I caught her fucking someone else? I'm a dumbass for refusing to fight for a cheater.
Yeah, she sucked, but at least she had a little bit of class, unlike that bitch you fucked behind the shed.
Oh my God.
This is not about pizza.
Yeah. I'm starting to think this is not about
what happened
pizza.
to her? Did she get ticks in her
probably pussy.
Probably pussy. You haven't even been on a date in 6 months. If you stop playing so much Xbox, you might as well go out and meet someone.
You can be such a asshole sometimes.
Do you want the barbecue chicken again? I'm ordering it now.
Oh, man. So that didn't need to happen.
And then they just say, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, that, I feel like...
this is not about the pizza.
This is not about... Okay.
It's not at all about the
God
pizza.
damn, it sucks that... there's so much to unpack on this one.
Let's unpack. We have time. You acted like there's such, like we're on a hard...
I don't know.
Air time.
We gotta go to Blue, dude.
We do have to go to Blue, yeah.
All right, first of all, that means he did eat about 6 pieces of barbecue chicken pizza. That's too much pizza. Because I used to have a roommate that I fucking hated because he was a drug dealer and he'd have junkies over all the time. And he would order like toppers, like pretty much every day. So there'd always be like a large pizza and then like breadsticks. And every night I would open up the fridge, I'd see that, and I'd be like, fuck that guy. And I'd take like 2 or 3 sticks. And the next morning he'd be like, oh, like you took some of my sticks, you got to pay me. And I'd just be like, no. I'd be like, maybe I'd won, not paying you.
Right.
But fucking 6 pieces of barbecue chicken.
Yeah, it's excessive.
Diabolical.
It's excessive. But, yeah. And it sounds like it's a repeat thing.
Yeah. But it's also very funny to try to be like, I'm going to have one? Like, what kind of pizza was it, by the way?
Right. It's just so funny to have like your roommate be like, hey man, can you please just like turn off the lights when you leave the house? He's like, how about you try getting some pussy for once?
Yeah, yeah,
fucking loser.
The escalation in the text is pretty. Yeah. That's also crazy just to be like, yeah, she cheated on you, but at least she was hotter than the bitch you fucked behind the shed.
Yeah. Hey, just like you've kind of left the kitchen a mess. Do you think maybe you can take care of your dishes? See, this is why that bitch cheated on you. This is why you're a cuck and no one loves you. It's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Your sister hates you.
Also, to be fair, the one that I was reading was the sister. So the one who had the boyfriend who ate the pizza, and she went off on her. Yeah. So I would say you are not overreacting. No. Your sister seems like kind of a bitch.
Yeah. And this is like the 10th time this has happened. Sorry about your dead parents.
But also, like, if we were in this situation, I would just say, like, hey, why don't we just individual pizza orders from now on? You know?
Clearly we can't handle
it. We don't need to keep buying each other pizza.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we buy each other food all the time. It's never really been an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're mature adults and can resolve conflicts.
It's true.
Pretty easily. So,
and also, it is fucked up to mess with his saved games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like if you came home and I deleted your Oblivion save file,
oh, dude,
it'd be chaos.
You get out. You're not welcome here anymore. Yeah. No, I remember being like 8 years old and like playing like Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 2, and firing up our dad's saved games, and then like be like, "Oh, we're helping you." He was so fucking.
We were not helping him.
He never did that again.
Yeah.
It's the last time I helped my father.
I'm getting you further in the game.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Yeah.
I'm skipping all the boring stuff.
Yeah.
Like I beat it for you.
Yeah. Isn't that what you wanted?
That's what you wanted.
To win without playing.
Yeah. Well, you're playing. You have all the best swords. It's too easy. Yeah. You're never going to get good at the game if you have the best swords. I sold them for you. I have all this gold.
Anyway,
man, those were the days. Well,
it's good that we close out on Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. One of the best games ever.
We got to end strong.
That's right.
Ending strong. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Confidently Wrong. We need to run to the blue open mic. So we're going to be winding down the mic here. Yeah. Let's plug dates real quick. I'm at Great Falls Comedy Club this Friday night. Doing a guest spot for Andrew Delavope.
Ooh. I'm going to be at a Great Falls Comedy Club on May 16th, featuring, I do not know for who yet. And then May 17th, I'm going to be featuring at Mulligan's in Biddeford for the amazing Ben Chadwick. Got some other good local comics on that lineup, so should be good.
Oh, and I'm on the Empire competition this Thursday. I'm coming for everything.
Oh, fuck. I'm also on the Empire Comedy competition next Thursday.
Nice. All right. Confidently Wrong is a Barn Boys media production hosted by Chris and Pat Nugeth, produced by Garrett Morris. If you'd like to support this podcast, please visit our Patreon. Thank you to everyone who submitted topics for the show. New episodes out every Wednesday. Consent is cool, kids. It's cool to consent. Always remember to consent. And it's weird that you think it's an argument sometimes, people. It's weird. Charlie Kirk. All right.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night and get home safe. Goodbye.
God bless.